everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to another PlayStation 4 review. Today I'm bringing you my review for the newly released 2019, I suppose you could call it an action strategy game, Rebel Cops. Now if the art style of this game looks familiar, well that is because it's from the same people that brought us the This Is the Police games. Two games that I'm actually quite a big fan of. I very much like the first This Is the Police, and the second one that was released last year was, you could argue, an improvement on the first. Now if you have played This Is the Police 2, you will remember that they added one gameplay mechanic they added into that game was, in actual fact, some crime scenes that you arrived at, you would enter into like a tactical battle, very similar to XCOM, in the sense of you would position your police officers around the map and you would have a certain amount of time to successfully navigate that map by either arresting the criminals or killing the criminals or whatever objective you had been given. Well, essentially Rebel Cops is an expansion upon that game mechanic that we saw first in This Is the Police 2, and this game focuses on there is an American town that is being taken over, if you like, by some mob gang, and the police are all corrupt and they've all been bought, and the only people that can take down this mob syndicate is a group of rebel cops who are poorly armed, but very enthusiastic in taking down this mob syndicate. And you essentially play like the commander of this rebel cop outfit. You, before each mission you choose what to buy. As and when you play the missions, you will be rewarded by picking up certain things on the maps that you can sell, or if you do extra side missions on the maps you will be given rewards, financial rewards, etc, and maybe new weapons and armor. And so you've got to scrimp and scrape and do what you can from mission to mission to earn money, and that money will then buy your squads new equipment, new weapons, new armor, first aid kits, helmets, you name it. There's a whole array of equipment that you can kit out your team with to give you an advantage each time you head into a mission. Now the problem I have with this game is, if I'm honest, it's quite an unforgiving game, this, even if you play it on the relaxed mode, I think it's called, which essentially is the easy mode. I usually with games always start it on the easy mode just to get a feel for the game, and then if I find it too easy I will then up the levels. That's just the way I've always done games, and to be honest I just found this really unforgiving, this game, and it makes the cardinal error of giving you a limited number of turns, which I just think for any strategy game, and they did it a couple of times on the last XCOM, not all the missions but a couple of them, and it just, I hate it. I hate being rushed when I'm playing games like this. These games are not to be rushed, and you want to be as tactical as you want to be and not feel rushed to get through the map, and this game makes you feel rushed. You've only got a certain, and I don't think they give you enough turns quite a lot, and for a game that one hit from the enemy can kill your officer, literally just one shot from them will either injure them or kill them. So you want to be really tactical and really clever about how you position your officers on the map, and because it limits your moves you are not allowed to do that. Every single map that you play you feel like you have to rush through it. Now the big strong selling point for this game is it's very cheap. It's only $7.99 in the UK, which any way you slice it is cheap. But from what I remember of This Is the Police 2, it doesn't feel like they've fleshed this system out anywhere near enough to present it as a standalone game. I think if they'd have spent another 12 months on this, fleshed it out even more, put a real story in there with proper cutscenes, not text, which is what you get, some good voice acting. The only voice acting you get is occasionally when your character's trying to arrest somebody, they'll shout out instructions and things like that. That's the only voice acting you generally get here. I just feel it just feels like they've plucked it out of This Is the Police 2 added a couple of things into it, not a lot, and sold it as a standalone game. And it doesn't feel ready. I think it needed far more fleshing out. I think the systems needed fleshing out. It's too unforgiving, it's too difficult, and it's very, very frustrating to play. And it's a game that has a lot of potential. It really, really does have a lot of potential, this game. And this system and this mode, and I think if they spent a lot more time on it, and they could double or even triple the price if they spent a lot of time on this system and fleshed it out, and fleshed out this mode, and this turn-based strategy idea, because it's there. The idea is good. I just this feels rushed, and it just feels like, oh, that mode that people seem to like, and This Is the Police 2. Let's release it as a standalone, and we'll just add in a couple of systems, and let's see how it does. And that's fair enough. I can forgive it in a sense of it's only $7.99. But still, they're asking for money for a system that you've already got, and This Is the Police 2. So my real advice to any consumer here that's thinking of buying this, if you are a fan of This Is the Police 1 and 2, you might find something here to enjoy. If you've never played This Is the Police 1 and 2, this might be something you want to check out if you're a fan of XCOM games. But if you've got and you've already played This Is the Police 2, I wouldn't bother with it, because it's not giving you anything new. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it could have been so much more. Yes, it is cheap for the price, but like I say, if you've played This Is the Police 2 and you've played that mode, and I didn't even think it was the strongest mode in the game, I thought it was a decent idea that was okay, but it wasn't the best part of This Is the Police 2, and I don't think they've added enough in to this game, Rebel Cops, to make it a worthy purchase. So if you're interested, I'd wait for a sale. Yes, it's only cheap. It's probably going to drop into sale very, very quickly, I would guess. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really. And I really like turn-based strategy games. They're amongst my favourites on the market, but I don't like being rushed. I don't like it when they put limits on how many turns you've got. To me, it always seems like a terrible mechanic to add into a game like this, because real-time strategy, turn-based strategies, you want to be really, really tactical, and this game doesn't allow it. And the other systems it adds in, like the buying and selling of goods and equipping your team and doing side missions, they're nowhere near fleshed out enough to make this a worthy purchase for the price it is. So 6 out of 10, it's worth picking up if it's your sort of thing, but for me it didn't impress me. So thanks for watching.